Yo, what's going on, guys? Jared here. Today we are going to be doing a deck profile for Ubel. Ubel is one of my favorite archetypal cards, I guess now, all the way back from Phantom Darkness, and is finally here with new support in Phantom Nightmare. This is very exciting because I think Ubel is just awesome. I am a GX fan, so seeing Ubel get all this support is very cool, but unfortunately, it is not competitive. I need to state this now. This is not a competitive deck currently. In the next set, in Legacy of Destruction, it will be getting competitive support, but we're not there yet. We are just playing with Phantom Nightmare cards. So we have to work with what we have, and I'm going to show you what I came up with. And I will say, spoiler alert, it is not an Unchained variant because everyone on YouTube is making Unchained variants, and I don't want to do that. I want to do something different, something that I feel like can set myself apart. So let me know in the comments what you guys think and any other suggestions. I would greatly appreciate it. But please do not come in the comments and say Unchained just because I already know it exists. I don't need to see it, and I just don't want to play it. That's just my opinion. I'd rather play an Unchained deck at that point. So again, hope you guys enjoy, and please leave any recommendations down below. Okay, let's jump right into it. Okay, here is my Ubel list. This looks super weird, I am assuming, besides the normal stuff. There is some definitely interesting choices in here, and I'm going to go over the card by card, and then we can talk about them as why they are here or weird for the list. So starting off, we're going to start with the Ubel and the Ubel Terra Incarnate. These cards are excellent. They are floaters. They are very annoying to deal with as well. Terra Incarnate being a board wipe in your end phase can be very frustrating, and a lot of decks actually struggle dealing with stuff that cannot be destroyed by card effects. The only main thing that is banishing right now, or non-removal destruction, is SP Little Knight is the main one. And a lot of times you are able to, like once you get through the Little Knight, these cards get very annoying to deal with. So I like these a lot as like floaters. After that, we have 3 copies of Dark Beckoning Beast, 3 Samsara D Lotus, 3 Opening of the Spirit Gates, 3 Spirit of Ubel, 3 Nightmare Pain, 3 Super Poly, 1 Eternal Favorite, 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Nibiru, 3 Nadir Servant, 3 Triple Tactics Talents, 3 Valor, 3 Imperm, 1 Call by the Grave, 1 Shaddoll Schism, and 1 Dogmatica Maximus. For the extra deck, we have 2 Ubel the Loving Defender, 1 Chimera the King the Phantom Beast, 1 Berfermit the Mythical King of Phantom Beasts, 1 Winda, 1 Mud Dragon, 1 App Cologne, 2 Garua, 1 Muckraker, 1 Almirage, 1 IP Masquerena, 1 Heat Soul, 1 copy of Little Knight, and 1 copy of Typhon. Just very quickly for the side deck, we have 1 copy of Grinder Golem, 3 copies of Anti-Spell Fragrance, 3 Cosmic Cyclone, 3 Shifter, 2 Pancratops, and 3 Droll. So for the main deck, that's where I want to start this. Everything here is pretty normal, I would say, until we see the Nadir Servant and the Maximus and the Schism. These add a lot of nice utility, which I really enjoy, of being able to send Garua. You get the draw. That is also why Prosperity is not in here, because we do not have the, I don't want to waste a Garua draw. I don't want to sacrifice it. I would rather just have it. So I actually cut it for the Nadir Servant, switch power spell for power spell, and then using this to send Garua for the draw, adding the Maximus, summoning the Maximus, and then you are able to dump a Ab Cologne as well as the Chimera or the Berfermit. And both of these cards are very cool. As you may or may not know, we are not using them for the first effect, but we can use them for their second effects. And you may not know this, but during your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can banish them to target a Beast, Fiend, or Illusion monster, except itself, and special summon it. So our Ubels are obviously all Fiend monsters, so we are able to bring back Ubels off of this card. That is very, very cool and very, very pretty fun too, because I like triggering Spirit of Ubel on my opponent's turn to be able to get extra bodies and having it float and chum block attacks, because you can do it in the battle phase and stop them. This one special summons from the banish, this one special summons from the graveyard. So if your Ubels get banished by something like SP Little Knight, which everyone is playing, you are able to get them back with the Berfermit specifically, along with the Eternal Favorite. This also summons Ubel back from the banished. Now, Eternal Favorite is also a card I want to talk about, because on paper, this card seems very good. In practice, I don't like this card, and I'm going to explain why. So, first of all, where you special summon a Ubel from your graveyard, and then neither player can activate cards or effects when that monster is special summoned. This card, you can special summon Spirit of Ubel off this card, right? But you are not allowed to activate Spirit of Ubel's effect on summon to be able to search. That is very, very annoying. I don't like when my deck restricts me out of cards from my own deck. So that's one reason I don't like this card. Secondly, Cosmic Cyclone is seeing a lot of play right now. And if you flip this card on your opponent, when you flip on a continuous card, you can activate and choose to apply the effect of the continuous card. But for specifically continuous cards that send themselves to the graveyard, you cannot do that on the activation of the card itself. Does that make sense? So if you have this card set and you want to do the second effect, so you want to fuse from either side of the field, you have to flip it. You cannot apply the second effect. Then after that resolves, you can then activate it again and send it to the graveyard for cost 2 fuse. Meaning if your opponent has a Cosmic Cyclone, they can just chain it on the flip of it, and then you just cannot do it. You lose. It's over. It's gone. You can't do anything about it. So that is very annoying. On top of, you can only use 1 effect per turn. It's just, it's frustrating. Like, it's in here just as utility to bring back Ubels and be like annoying in like the grind game. But like as a card, this card has so many bad interactions with it that it's like, it's really annoying. Yeah, that's just like kind of frustrating with it. But luckily the other cards are really good. I really like Spirit. I really like Nightmare Pain. I love the interaction with opening the Spirit Gates with the Ubel cards. They like interact very, very well. So yeah. And then for the Beckoning Beast package, obviously you have a choice between Beckoning Beast. The Unchained version can play Tour Guide as well. That is completely up to you of what you want to play. But in my version that I'm doing, again, I want to do something different. I didn't want to go with the Yama, Sharvara, Shayama package. If you want to do that, you can do that. I have no problem with it. It could be more competitive. I don't know. But as of now, I just didn't want to upload the same schlop to YouTube that everyone else is uploading. I'd rather try something different. So what I came up with again was you can go Dark Beckoning Beast effect, search Spirit Gates, get Dark Beckoning Beast, but you can link off the first one into Almirage, then you can use the Spirit Gates to discard to bring back the Dark Beckoning Beast that you just linked off, or if you have Spirit of Yubel, you can summon this instead to then get the search for Nightmare Pain as well. But we'll keep it simple and just say you have this. Then you can link those 2 off for a IP Masquerena. Then you are able to link off the IP and the Almirage to go into a Heat Soul. And then you are able to grab a draw from that as well. So if you have Nadir Servant and Beckoning Beast, you're able to get 2 draws and an extra draw on your opponent's turn as well. So with that logic, you're able to draw a couple cards in this deck, and you may or may not want to switch out Talons for maybe another hand trap just in case you draw them with these extra draws that you're getting. But for now, I just have this in because, again, I think this card is very strong right now. It seems like there's hand traps everywhere, and if you're playing into a board, it's really good. Yeah, I just really like this card. And of course, Super Polymerization. This card is insanely strong, being able to just fuse away everything. Not just with Ubel as well. I mean, you are able to obviously play Mud Dragon and Garua in here and just also break boards with it, so it's super, super good. And then the last thing that I really wanted to mention is Winda. Winda is huge. Being able to just chain this to something like a Snake Eye Poplar, game ending. Like, you could just end the game right there. Like, when they go Ash, get Poplar, activate Poplar in hand, chain Schism, banish 2 guys from the graveyard, App Cologne, and whether it be Dark Beckoning Beast or a Ubel card, summon out Ubel, or summon out Winda, they have to pass. Their turn's over. They can't do anything else. There's no Flameberg Striking coming out. There's no Diabel Star Mystery coming out. They're done. The turn's over. So next turn, on the following turn, you're able to just push and go for a lethal shot, or just keep establishing the window that's sitting there. So very, very strong. Another plus side for this deck is that there are some variations I can play. Shifter, that's why I have it here in the side deck. Obviously, if you're playing Shifter, I suggest you side out something like the Nadir Servants and the Maximus and Schism, because this has to send the graveyard, and you don't want to have to, like, have this dead in your hand. Just not worth it. So if you're going second maybe against the fire deck, put in the Shifters, you get a free turn skip, you're able to establish something. Grinder Golem is a really interesting card as well. Being able to summon this and then slam in your Ubels into it to do a lot of damage is big, right? That's very, very big. You can do a lot of damage with this card, especially with Nightmare Pain as well. This doubles the damage that they would be taking for a normal attack, and this allows just a lot of damage. You can cheese a lot of wins for decks that don't know how to deal with Ubel monsters, and they float so well. Being able to go Spirit into Ubel into Terra Incarnate, especially when your opponent goes Battle Phase, right? Let's say your opponent does the Zelantis line in Fire, right, where they usually have like Princess, Blaze Phoenix, some fire monster, maybe like a Garunix, and they are attacking you. Oh, and Zelantis itself. You are able to activate Spirit Ubel in your hand, summon it out. It can't be destroyed by battle. And you're probably thinking, well, Jared, they have the Zelanthus pop. Well, they can pop it, but then your Spirit of Yubel is going to immediately summon out a Yubel, which also cannot be destroyed by battle. So just having this in your hand with Ubels in your deck means that the Zelanthus line doesn't actually kill you. And then you are able to like reestablish other stuff as well, and possibly slam in with stuff like Nightmare Pain and possibly go for an OTK line if you have enough gas to do it. But yeah, so I have a couple other things in here, like Muckraker, just as a generic type of recurability for the deck, for just anything, which I really, really like. And then the Typhon in here, just because I think it's like for branded specifically, it's like very strong. Yeah, I just think these are the best hand traps right now. So that is going to be it for everything. I didn't touch on, so I'm sorry, the Lotus, but it's pretty standard why it's in here, being able to change effects, pretty much like stopping a monster effect. It's pretty big. So I like it a lot. And then obviously the tribute in the end phase for Ubel, but that doesn't come up too much. It's pretty rare. But when it does, hey, it's nice to have it. An option that you can play that I would also consider is Chaos Beast, I believe his name is a different target for Dark Beckoning Beast, so that if you open up these opening of the Spirit Gates, you can go Spirit Gates Beckoning Beast for this other guy. It's a level 1. Here I'll just pull him up for you right now. This guy, where is he? Level 1. Yeah, Chaos Summoning Beast. It's just like, it would be another brick if you wanted to play it. It's up to you. But this is just another option that you have if you wanted to play it, so that your opening of the Spirit Gates is still the 3 monster lineup for Heat Soul. So something to consider if you want to do it. So make sure that opening is definitely a starter. I just didn't want a million normal summons in here. I feel like that would just bother me. But again, overall, that is it for the deck list. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, this is something different. You can definitely play the Unchained build. I am not like hating on that build. I just don't want to upload another like Unchained deck that it's just worse than Unchained. Might as well play Unchained. This feels more Ubelly to me. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed something different, something fun, and something enjoyable. But again, this is not competitive yet, in my opinion. I think the next set is where this deck gets competitive. So again, any suggestions down below. If you enjoyed, please subscribe. And until then, I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.